Hello, hello. Um, this is Shane coming at you on Away Girls channel. She's not going to be in the video because, for reasons unbeknownst to you, thank you.
I'm back here.
She's back there, but she's going to make
I'm right here.
a little cameo. So Thursday when I get off of work, usually I'll go make what me and my buddy call making the rounds to the music stores, to yard sales, to estate sales, to flea markets and such. So I got a pretty good haul today. Got out of work, and Goodwill has an auction every weekday morning, and so got out of work. It starts at 8:30. I shot over there, kind of did it once through their stuff. They didn't have anything. So then I go, there's a store kind of on the other side of town that opens at 9 o'clock. A lot of the shops don't open until 10 or 11, but this one opens at 9. So I was on my way over there, got off the highway, and lo and behold, I see a yard sale sign. Well, can't miss a yard sale sign, especially on like Thursdays. If you get to a yard sale or a garage sale on Thursdays, it's usually a good day because that's day one of the sale. And so everything hasn't been picked through. So I make a turn, go down a couple blocks, see the yard sale. I jump out, and it's a bunch of junk. But there's like a carport, and there's tables set up, I think 4 or 5 tables, and it's just miscellaneous junk. But as I'm in the garage, I'm kind of talking to the guy. He's an older guy, 75 years old-ish. And I get to talking to him, and I'm like, well, yes, hey, do you have any old music stuff? Because those guys usually do. So I'm talking to him, and he's like, well, I've got all these old cassette tapes right here. Well, he has like 800 cassette tapes all in cases. You can't see what they are because they're closed in cases. But they're all along here. And I'm like, well, hey, do you mind if I look through them? No, don't mind. Okay, awesome. So I start flipping through these cases and cases and cases. By the way, on the entertainment center in the mid-century where all the stereo stuff is, go get on the very top.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, on the very top there's a cardboard thing standing up. Will you grab it? So anyway, okay, start going through all the cassettes, and a lot of it is like country. And really, I'm doing there's a Tulsa flea market. Isn't that cool? It's like a counter display. So I'm going to show you this real quick. I bought this from him. It is a Beatles counter display. And if you see here, there's Sgt. Pepper's. There's, what's that one? Oh gosh. I think Hard Day's Night is what that is. Rubber Soul, Abbey Road. There's Help. And there's Meet the Beatles right there. And then, so it's kind of cool. There's this little thing. And if you can see right here, you turn the wheel and ask a question, and then you go over here to this wheel, and it gives you the answer. So I don't know how old this is, but it's Beatles. Anything Beatles sells, it's worth money, especially oddball stuff like this. So he sold this to me for $2.50. I'll sell this. I'm doing the Tulsa flea market in a couple weeks. Me and my buddy, we're going to have a booth out there. We're going to sell a bunch of music stuff, and just a bunch of trinkets and tchotchkes and things of that nature that we have. But this is one of the things we're going to sell. Kind of cool. So that was the first thing. He sold it to me for $2.50. But as I'm going through all these cases, there's a lot of country, Alabama and this country and that country. But here and there, like 2 cassettes in every case, there's something. I'm like, oh wow. Which I'm totally blown away by this 75-year-old guy. But anyway, one of the first things that I wanted to show you, which is cool, one of these little cassette cases that your cassettes used to come in. These are kind of sought after. He sold me this one for $1. But if you look in there, that is all Delta Blues, Lightning Hopkins, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. So really some cool stuff in there. That old Mississippi blues stuff, Robert Johnson, anything of that genre is very collectible. Whether it's a cassette, whether it's an LP or vinyl, a record. The CDs not quite as collectible, but they still are. But a cassette and vinyl, very collectible with old blues. There's a couple others, John Coltrane, that was in there, John Lee Hooker, and two more Lightning Hopkins cassettes. Sorry about the glare, but I will I will probably sell these in the flea market in a couple weeks, because like I said, they are pretty sought after. But the jewel of the bunch, and like I said, he let me kind of mix and match. He charged me 50 cents a piece for the cassettes. But if you're a Gen Xer, I'm gonna open this case and let you peek at that. Here's, Offspring, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Cranberries, David Lee Roth, NXS Kick. There's 3 Talking Heads tapes. What else is there? White Snake, Roxy Music, Psychedelic Furs, Simple Minds, I think there's 3 Van Halen CDs, the Lost Boys soundtrack, but 2 Prince tapes, but very, very cool. If you've been to Johnny Lee's, you know that I've got something like this kind of hanging on the wall in there. But these are really collectible. Market right now on something like this, like on a Prince tape, cassette tape, market's about $3 to $5 a cassette. So I think I bought a total of 60, I think 61 or 62 is what I bought total. And so what I'm gonna do, Temple of the Dog, that's for you grunge fans out there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna mix and match with this case some of the ones that I already have on the wall, and then I'm gonna sell this case as a whole. I'll probably just take the case up there and mark like $3 a piece on the tapes, because I'd have to charge $100 for the case, and I don't think anybody's just gonna go, oh well, here's a $100 bill. But anyway, pretty cool. Even what I've got on the wall in there, I just like the artwork of all the different bands and the colors. It's just really kind of beckons back to, the late 80s, the mid 80s, back to our childhood when we were growing up, early 90s. Just fun stuff. So that was a cool score. And then I did pass another flea market, not a flea market, but another yard sale where they had, and it looked like the guy, it was 3 ladies that were having it, but she kept mentioning a man, and it looked like he was quite a music fan because he had a lot of CDs that he had taken care of. I bought these for 25 cents a piece. I'm gonna have a lot of CDs because I've probably got 700 or 800 CDs, and so I'm gonna try to sort through some of those and probably take 200, 250 out to the flea market and sell for a couple bucks a piece, $2, $3 a piece, depending on what it is. But this here, this is the Cars double CD, just what I needed. I'm gonna keep that because I'm a huge Cars fan. Eric Clapton timepieces. I think I've already got one of these, but again, for 25 cents, if I can get $1 out of it, great. Aerosmith, Best of Aerosmith. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Any hard rockers out here, you know how good that this CD is. Probably, in my opinion, that's their first album, probably their best album. White Snake, The Slip of the Tongue. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. if you're not a Dire Straits fan, go out there and get this. Buy this CD, buy the cassette, buy the album. If you're not a Dire Straits fan, just listen to this. Just stop, look, and listen. Oddly enough, the most popular song, Mark Knopfler. And his brother's in that band too. Most popular song on here, oddly enough, is probably the song that sounds least like Dire Straits of any of their catalog, which is Money for Nothing. But also on here, you've got So Far Away, Walk of Life. What's the other one? Brothers in Arms, great song. Go buy a CD, just listen to it straight through. Perfect. Guns N' Roses Live Era. I don't know if I'll sell this or not. You don't see a lot of this out here. I could probably get, it's in really good shape. It's a double. That's probably $5 or $6 on that. So I'll probably sell that. Enya. Another Enya CD. The Cars. Again, and this one doesn't have a cover on it, but just listen to these songs. Good Times Roll. My Best Friend's Girl. Just What I Needed. This is their first. Is this their first? No, this isn't their first album. Bye Bye Love. Moving in Stereo. Come on. Go get a Cars CD. Go get the Cars' first album. I don't care if it's in a CD. I don't care if it's a cassette. I don't care if it's an album. Go get the Cars' first album and just listen to it straight through. Good night. Such an underrated band. Forget about the 80's car stuff. 70's car stuff is just dirty. Oh, it's good. ABBA Gold. Is there anybody out there that's not an ABBA fan? Seals and Crofts, Greatest Hits. It's on here. Diamond Girl, Summer Breeze. We May Never Pass This Way Again. First concert I ever went to, or I ever attended, I don't remember it. I was like 3 years old, but it was Seals and Crofts. Best of ZZ Top. Thank you very much. And one guy you guys have probably never heard of, a little guy named Elton John. I believe now it's Sir Elton John, but I think he's got a song or two you might have heard. So anyway, that's my haul for the day. Oh, got a couple albums. Sorry. I bought 3 albums today. One, I went to the local record store called Josie's. The Burning Sensations. That's all we're going to say about that. But I'm not tremendously familiar with them, but I have the Repo Man soundtrack. If you remember the movie from the 80's, Repo Man with Emilio Estevez. Harry Dean Stanton is also in it. Kind of a great, it was kind of not an underground movie, but had had kind of a cult following. The soundtrack to that movie is highly sought after. It's worth $75 to $100. I've got that soundtrack. I remember listening to it when I was young. But one of the Burning Sensations have 1 or 2 songs on there. They're from the LA punk scene, early 80's. This album's from 1983, so this was $6. So I'm like, man, Burning Sensations, you don't see it out there. I'm gonna buy it for $6, and this will be like I'm telling you guys. Excuse me. Buy one, listen to it, just get yourself alone and just listen to the whole thing straight through. That's what I will do with this, is I'll just listen to it straight through. So that was at Josie's, one of the local record stores. There's another local record store. It's called Studio Records. It's a guy that I'm kind of friends with. When he first opened a few years ago, I was in there a lot, and we kind of befriended each other and talked about a lot of stuff. And so I'll go by there a couple times a month and just see what he's got. But he'll make me some pretty good deals. Boston's second album. Don't ask me why, but I just have never, a lot of times when I come across this album, they want $8, $10, $12 for it, and I just don't want to pay that for it. But this album, I got it today for $4. You'll see the edges clipped here. That means it's a promo copy, and I think there's a promo stamp on it. No, there's not a promo stamp on it, but that means it's a promo copy, not for resale. This is one that they gave to DJs, or the record company gave them to people in the business. Promo copies are worth a little bit more money. It's gatefold. You open it up here. A little bit of water damage, and that's probably why he sold it for so cheap. At one point in time, this was probably stuck together. But great album. This is their second album. Side one, Don't Look Back. A Man I'll Never Be. Come on. She doesn't care for that song. I just think that song incredible. I love that song. A Man I'll Never Be. Go ahead and turn that on and listen to it. So if you don't know anything about Boston, Tom Schultz, it was kind of a one-man. He made the first two albums in his basement. He graduated from MIT graduate, goes home and has all of this recording equipment in his basement. He plays all the instruments. He records and produces all the tracks. So anytime you see that first Boston album, that's one guy that created that. One guy created this. It's absurd that somebody is that talented. Plays drums, plays bass, plays guitar, plays whatever other instrument. Oh no, he didn't sing it. He didn't sing on the album. But Boston. Need I say more? Last one's a new album. I don't buy a lot of new, but I think I told you guys recently that I've become a B-52s fan. How did that happen? I don't know how it happened, but I've become a B-52s fan. And so I've had my eye open. So I've got the first album, which is yellow. The cover of the album's yellow. And then I can't remember the name of the other album. Cosmic Thing. Cosmic Thing's from 1989. Got that album. I've had my eye on this one. So I found this one today. It's got the exclusive splatter vinyl. So this one's sealed. We haven't opened it yet. I don't know when we'll open it, but let's see here. Private Idaho. So quirky. 53 miles west of Venus. This early B-52 stuff is just so quirky, but it's great. It's genius. Again, East Coast sound. I think I went on a little B-52s rant in one of her videos a few weeks ago. So anyway, I bought that. I paid a little more than I normally would for it. I paid $18 for it, but it's new. If you buy this album used, it's $15, $20 anyway. Plus this has the splatter vinyl, so it's kind of fun. Anyway, that's it. That's the haul. 3 more cassette tapes. These are cool. George Strait, George Strait, George Strait. If you'll notice, 2 of the cassettes are still sealed in their plastic wrapper. So I'm probably going to bundle those 3 cassettes. Sealed, anything sealed, records, cassettes, always bring a little bit of money. So that's it. I've gone on for 19 minutes and 10 seconds. So thank you for watching. Leave comments below. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for my lovely wife, Away Girl Vlogs, and
we love you. The Lord loves you more.
Bye.
Bye.